Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown. A three, steps back, crossover, puts up a three. Rebound James. Second. It's over. It's over. Cleveland is a city of champions once again. The Cavaliers are NBA champions.
Cleveland! This is for you!
Good evening, Cavs fans, and welcome to another installment of the Block the Shot to Stop, a Cleveland Cavaliers podcast brought to you by the wonderful people over at the Blue Wire Podcast Network. I am Tim Daniel. He is Skylar Webker. I believe, if I remember correctly, Kevin is actually at the United Center, probably on his way home tonight from a late Cavalanche, where the Chicago Bulls take a 139-117 loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers as the Cavs expend their win streak to 11 straight. Before we do get into the game, I just want to real quickly. So obviously this past weekend was our live show at Southern Tier Brewing in Cleveland, Ohio, a block away from Rocket Arena. And man, Skylar, it could not have been a more fun weekend. Great hosts. We got to grow our audience a little bit. We ran out of t-shirts that we were giving away. I know everyone wants a free t-shirt. We had family come, all of our wives were there. That was super cool. I know your kid had a babysitter, but I look so forward to seeing him at the next one, when that might be. But I had old friends I hadn't seen in a long time come. I had family. Kevin's family was there. Man, it was such a great turnout. And then all the new people, all the new Cavs fans we met.
Yeah,
it was an unreal Sunday, and we could be more excited and more grateful to Southern Tier for that.
Yeah, thank you, Southern Tier, for putting us up and welcoming us. They had all the equipment ready for us. They were, absolutely awesome. The service was awesome. The food was awesome. The beer was awesome. And then
yes,
just like you said, yeah, it was.
Your wife got to come home with a free 18 pack.
Yeah. What? Hey, she earned that. She guessed. She got the trivia right.
She did.
But yeah, it was just great to see all the people and meet listeners and, a lot of people that had no idea who we were, but was happy to be there with us and do the trivia. And like you said, free t-shirts and everything. It could not have been any better. And I can't wait to do it again in the playoffs. Yeah,
I know my daughter had a whole lot of fun being able to just run around and go everywhere. So it was a lot of fun to see. But yeah, just an awesome weekend. And then we got a Cavs win. Obviously, I know we didn't do our typical post-game show after the game Sunday against Portland because Kevin and I were there and you were on your way back to Columbus. But we are back on our regular routine. We have tonight. We are back tomorrow. Tomorrow's a city game, so they're going to wear the blue. So that'll be fun against Miami. But let's get to tonight, man. So a 139-117 win. And this was a late Cavalanche that really put the game away because it was pretty close for a while. Obviously, Mobley got the game off today due to rest. And the Bulls were out. Just about everyone, it looked like at first. No Kevin Huerter, no Josh Giddey, no Vucevic, and a few others. But all the guys that did played really well. Jalen Smith played well. Kobe White played well. Modest Buzelis played well. Kept themselves. They were in the game for a long time. Darius Garland got off to a slow start. And then the fourth quarter, the crew kind of takes over. Mitchell has another great game to continue his momentum for being named Eastern Conference Player of the Month, which I want to make sure we get into that. Him and Mobley and their accolades, their awards for February. But man, just a really fun ending to the game for the Cavs and keeping this thing rolling. 51-10 now, Skylar.
Yeah, I think Brad Daugherty said it best on the broadcast was like, this is the going to halftime. This was the best half of basketball that the Bulls have played all year, and they still were only down or were only up one. I'm tired of the slow starts. What is it?
Three in a row now that they've been double digits.
Yeah, they're trailing double digits in the first quarter or in the first half of the game. So this Cavs team, they don't quit. Doesn't matter who's on the other side, whether it's Boston or Chicago, they don't quit.
Are we sure that they've dominated this regular season so much? Are we sure that they're not just like trying to make it harder on themselves to see if they can just give themselves a challenge to just get down as many points as possible and then make a run? Because it's 3 games in a row now. They've been down at least 15.
Yeah. I mean, what is it? That's kind of some masochistic coaching right there. Like,
Yeah.
just see how much pain you can inflict upon yourself first.
Remember when like LeBron would like lose the ball and Patrick McCall would scoop it and he would tell him to go ahead and drive to the rim and then he would swat it? That's a metaphor for what this team has been doing.
It's just like a cat playing with its prey.
Yeah, exactly. All right, man. Let's go through some individual performances. I talked about Mitchell already. Was awesome. Really, as the game was kind of being really slow to start out, I thought he was great. So obviously the box score shows a really good game for him with 28 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 13 of 14 from the line. He was very physical in driving to the rim because he knew his 3-point shot was hitting tonight. And I thought really kind of was terrific in that circumstance. Really kind of kept Cleveland alive as this game was really close. I mean, they're down 5 after the first quarter. And like I said, everything's really close to the fourth. But Mitchell was kind of the whole reason they were even in the game.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the 3-point shooting wasn't there tonight, but who really wasn't there for anybody tonight other than Darius Garland and Max Strus? And yeah, I said it on
Javonte Green.
Javonte Green. We do need to get into
Javonte
We
will.
But yeah, this isn't the reason you get Donovan Mitchell. The reason you get Donovan Mitchell is kind of the heroics that he pulled on the Boston game. But it doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt to have Donovan Mitchell in games like today either.
Yeah, doesn't suck. So yeah, Mitchell today with 28, 7 and 5 was huge. Jared Allen, we talked about this a little bit Friday. And then Sunday you kind of saw the same thing till Mobley fouled out, and then they went to overtime. Last couple matchups was not on the floor to clearly close the game until he had to be. And in this game, as they're making the run, he's the center, obviously, with Mobley sitting out today. And he was great. 25 and 17, 10 and 11 from the floor, 5 of 5 from the line. Really probably had the signature moment there in the game as the Cavalanche started. When it was when he drew the foul, and then you kind of saw him kind of pump his chest a little bit, rightfully so. But just an awesome game from him, because I thought really Zach Collins, played really well against him tonight. I thought Jalen Smith in his minutes played really well against Allen tonight. And Allen was still the best of the 3 centers.
Yeah, it's just the consummate professional. Like not getting those opportunities in the past 2 games would probably hurt my feelings and my confidence. Not Jared Allen. I mean, he comes out tonight, like you said, and is the best center on the floor, best big man on the floor. He's still able to really get whatever he wanted. He was kind of the trailer into the paint, and
oh my god, I didn't even mention that. Yeah,
like he was basically the trailer the entire game.
It was basically Mobley today.
Yeah, exactly.
Minus shooting, but
yeah, minus that aspect of the game that we are just now getting from Evan Mobley. Yeah, I mean, so like I said, consummate professional. I think, and he's played every game this year, which is crazy. Like, every single game.
It wasn't an all-star.
Oh,
trash.
And not even a replacement. I don't want to keep harping on that, but you had Big Ben go out and you replaced him with Trae Young and other guards.
You mean Giannis?
Yeah.
You said Big Ben? Is this
no Big Ben
Wallace? Oh.
No, Big Men.
Oh, I was like, Big Ben is like, you're talking about Ben Wallace? Like, what else are you going to be talking about here, Skylar?
Yeah. No. We're in this century.
Okay. That's good. But yeah, Allen was really good tonight. So, and then Garland tonight, like you said, the 3-point shot was falling not so much as from 2. Played about 30 minutes tonight, 19.7 assists, 5-11 from 3. It really got cooking at the end there. I mean, he was hitting some deep shots. So that was really nice to see, considering Sunday I thought he struggled a little bit. And tonight DeAndre Hunter had his first bad game as a Cav. Where I would
of course, when we put a bet on him.
Yeah. But they could afford to lose him tonight with how well. I mean, they could afford to not have his best night tonight with how well Garland and Max shot the ball. But tonight, Darius, typical running the offense, doing his thing, I thought was tremendous down the stretch. I thought that when they really needed him, he really stepped up. I know he was really struggling to get it going. Kobe White was kind of be able to get by him a little bit early in the game. Kobe White had 25 points tonight. He was really, really good. But yeah, when the game mattered the most, Darius Garland stepped up and did his thing. So that's what you ask of him in those cases.
Yeah, I mean, he's you need a Darius Garland for this Cavs team to go. But I think you can say that with an Evan Mobley. I think you can say that with a Jared Allen. You can say that with really any of the core four. Like, you need these guys to be a positive factor on the floor if you want this team to achieve what we all want, which is a championship.
I did go visit old Larry on Sunday in the concourse there.
Yeah?
He told me he couldn't wait for his sibling to come in June.
They have such a good setup around that.
God. It's so good.
Not even just the trophy, but like the court from that year and like everything. They do it so well over there.
Yeah. Boobie Gibson was at the game Sunday.
Yeah?
Yeah. That was pretty cool.
Was he doing the call with Kaylee?
No. Hanging out.
Yeah, just hanging out. That's
chilling.
Awesome.
Yeah. It was AC again on the pre and post. I walked by real quick. But yeah, I had the genius idea of looking on SeatGeek to see what seats were available while we were already at the game, and saw what was available down there and was like, I'm going to slide down there.
Hey, why not?
Yeah.
We do it in baseball all the time.
Right.
Buy the
yeah.
$5 tickets and go get. I mean, we're Reds fans, so the best seat in the house $15. But
yeah, but I thought from that group tonight, obviously no Mobley tonight, so that was really solid. Strus was really good, like you said, 11-5, 3-6-3, and then DeAndre Hunter, first rough game, not worried about it. So genuinely curious to see how he bounces back tomorrow. But he had 6-5 tonight. Let's talk about the bench, because there's three guys particular we could really go with here. So where you want to go? You want to go Jerome? You want to go Javonte? Or you want to go Sam Merrill?
Javonte Green,
dude,
the newcomer.
All right, friendly reminder: the Cavs basically got him for free.
Pretty much.
Didn't have to trade anything. I guess Kenny said he tried to trade for him, and then New Orleans ended up buying him out anyway after the deadline. So that worked out.
That's awesome. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, and we've talked about this since they brought him in. We talked about this with Jason Pat from Cash Considerations last week. In our last episode we did for the live show, as far as Javonte is just this energy guy, just kind of flips the switch on the team when he's on the floor. And coming to Cleveland, I think for him, this was just about the possibility of winning a championship, because I'm sure if he had gone to other teams when he was bought out from New Orleans, he could have played more. And on this team, he's, a guy you can literally have guard 1 through 5, 1 through 4 at least. And tonight, with Mobley being out, was a guy who played a little more 4 than he normally plays, but is really physical. So he has 11 and 6 tonight, 2 of 3 from 3, 4 or 5 from the floor, and I thought seamlessly fit into Cleveland's offense. And obviously, what you get from defensively. He was guarding a lot of Modest when Modest was in the game. He took a couple of Zach Collins assignments. I really thought that what he played, and this is his first time really getting extensive minutes. I know he played in a blowout game last week, but I thought he was really, really good, and I felt like he just kind of fit perfectly with what the Cavs need from a bench guy.
I agree. I think I'm curious what Kenny does once we get into the playoffs, because rotations get shorter, but I'm kind of biased. Kenny's not going to change. I don't think his minutes will get shorter, other than maybe in close crunch time games, have to win them. But I think Kenny might still run 10, 11 deep than in the playoffs, and I hope Javonte Green is in that rotation. I mean, he provides you excellent defense on top of kind of being sufficient enough in an offense, and so that he can thrive in Kenny's system.
Yeah. Bulls fans remember when he came on the floor tonight, they knew what they were getting.
A revenge game.
I don't know if it was necessarily a revenge game because he didn't really leave on bad terms, but it certainly was kind of like, I'm sure he was pretty happy to play at the United Center again. Yeah, I don't know if he got to with New Orleans or not, but they're down 11 to the Lakers right now. LeBron, hey, 50,000 points on his career now. Regular and plays postseason officially done. Ty Jerome tonight, inefficient 16 points, but got to the line, did his thing, 9 and 9 from the floor. 9 and 9 from the line. Was 3 of 10 and 1 of 6 from the floor. Didn't really have a lot of assists. Had a 16, 3 and 2, but led bench scoring. This was just Ty being physical and being, probably also understanding that it wasn't his night with the shot and saw his opportunities and took advantage. And that was very beneficial for this team. Obviously, he made some. Without him and Donovan getting to the line tonight, I don't know if they end up winning this game. I know what the Cavalanche was at the end of the game, but that's basically what kind of kept them within arm's reach there for a while.
Yeah, I mean, kudos for Ty for recognizing that the dynamite offense that we've seen out of him just kind of wasn't happening today, and exploiting. All right, they're gonna foul. I have to be at the line. I have to, hit from the line. Perfect 9 for 9 from the line. So, being able to still contribute even when your offense isn't really there, your defense isn't really there. Just finding other ways to help this team win. And I'm sure his pockets were hurting after his comments from Sunday's game.
Yeah.
So he's probably
he wasn't wrong, by the way.
He wasn't. He was not wrong. But hopefully he's probably thinking, all right, I'm just going to get in, get out. Don't say anything. Don't make eye contact. I don't want to get fined another $25,000.
Yeah, especially because he makes 2.2.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Sam Merrill tonight. Really nice shooting game, but had some really nice defensive moments too. So he's 11 points, 3 of 5 from 3, 4 of 6 from the floor in 15 minutes. 2 blocked shots for our guy tonight. Was all about it tonight. He was not letting his Bulls get anything.
I mean, we talked about that. We don't need really anybody on this team, maybe besides Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, the guys that. But you don't need Sam Merrill to be an all defensive player,
right?
But the defensive attention and defensive intensity is definitely way up with all of these guys this year, which is not anything I expected with the departure of JB Bickerstaff, defensive-minded coach. But I can't stop giving Kenny his flowers about everything about this team.
Yeah, man, it's been really fun. So that's their third 10-plus win streak of the season, as they had to hit their 11th in a row tonight. Obviously, they play tomorrow night against Miami. A couple more things I want to make sure I touch on before we get to previewing that Heat game. Let's start, of course, with Spida, Donovan Mitchell. Eastern Conference Player of the Month for February. The Cavs were 10-1 in February. Mitchell, 25.8 points per game, 4.2 rebounds, and 5.3 assists. Pretty awesome month for Donovan Mitchell, as he obviously started in the All-Star game. Whatever that meant for this one, nothing really. But had a terrific month. And then on the Western Conference side of the thing, our old pal LeBron James, Western Conference Player of the Month.
He's looking real good ever since turning 40.
Yeah, ever since that Luka trade.
Yeah, but coming back to the Cavs side of it all, how much attention do you pay to power rankings?
I'll glance at them just to kind of get a general idea of where they have the Cavs. I saw the NBA.com once today had them at number 1. But they should be. I mean, after the Celtics win, and then being on an 11-game win streak, and I know people will be like, well, they just beat Portland, Chicago, but the way they won those games, I think helped a lot. And I thought, so I saw that they were number 1, but I didn't read the description of what they said. So,
well, I watched them throughout the year, and the power rankings have consistently been against the Cavs. We've always been 3 or 2. They always put OKC or Boston ahead of them, even after we beat these guys, even after we're 15-game win streak. They always seem to just favor these other teams. So it was real great to see that the Cavs are in the number one spot of the power rankings, that Donovan Mitchell, Eastern Player Conference Player of the Week or month.
Mhm.
It's just real satisfying to see all of these things start swinging our direction, start seeing the credit that these guys have earned, being highlighted and spotlighted.
Yeah, and then Evan Mobley gets Defensive Player of the Month.
Yeah.
Skylar, I'm going to read you some insane Evan Mobley stat here that I did not realize before today because I hadn't looked at it.
Put your Evan Mobley fan club caps on.
All right, so obviously the Cavs led the East in defensive rating for last month. Mobley is second in the East in blocks per game. You know how many his averages for shots contested a game?
50?
11.4.
Days.
That's bananas.
That is bananas.
That's bananas. So yeah, Evan Mobley out there doing the darn thing. Tamati Kamara was the Western Conference Defensive Player of the Month. And JB Bickerstaff, another old friend, gets Eastern Conference Coach of the Month. So they are playing very well. So shout out to JB. We got some good and bad news from old Cavs this week. Obviously, we get JB and LeBron, and then when Kyrie tears his ACL, that sucks. But yeah, I did see. So I did, like you said, I saw you said the Cavaliers at number one for the power rankings. So that is some fun news, buddy. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I feel so bad for Kyrie. I feel so bad for Mavs fans. Like the season that they are having just hurts to watch. So I feel so bad for them and Kyrie, but and Kyrie's one of those players that doesn't matter what uniform he's wearing, I will always remember him as a Cav. He will always be a Cav in my head. And I'll always root for him.
Yeah, for sure. So you kind of mentioned something that I wanted to kind of point out, and real quick before we get to the Heat game. And you mentioned the fact that Cleveland's kind of always disrespected because of OKC and Boston, these power ranking things. And obviously you're right. But the thing I think that jumps out to me that really annoys me about it is the thing that we keep seeing about the Cavs is, well, they need to win a playoff series. We see them do it in the playoffs. Boston, okay, sure. They won the title. The hell has OKC done in the playoffs? They're great. They're awesome. They're really, really good. I enjoy watching them play. But you can't go well, the Cavs got to prove to us in the playoffs they can do it and not say a thing about OKC, who this group of guys has not done it.
Yeah, exactly. It drives me up a wall, Kendrick Perkins. Shut up. I know you were the... I don't get it.
Buddy, he looked so stupid in the Friday after during the Boston game when he was at play. He's like, "This was an ass cooking," but Cleveland can't hang with these guys. I was like, "All right, I know you're a former Celtic, but you're also a former Cav, so show some respect."
Former everything.
Yeah, actually, former member of the Thunder. Yeah. So, yeah, also really, really bad. Currently, really bad at takes on television. So
bad.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith isn't, I would say 50-50, but he's been really big on the Cavs, really big on the Cavs actually are a legit.
Yeah, I saw that Mad Dog clip where Mad Dog was talking about how they don't have a chance. And he's like, have you not been paying attention?
Yeah.
Which I normally don't like Stephen A. Smith, but that made me laugh.
Well, Stephen A's been staunch on the point that the Cavs are the biggest threat to the Celtics for the championship. And so Stephen A has been really good at supporting the Cavs and shedding a light on the incredible season they're having, the incredible what this team is achieving. But yeah, I think Kendrick Perkins well, we'll see. He just always poo-poos on it and well, Boston didn't have these guys. Boston also didn't have those guys when they were up 25-3.
Exactly.
And you were feeling real good about them then.
Yeah, exactly. It's always goalpost moving.
Yes.
Yeah, it really annoys me. That's why I don't watch ESPN flat out. The talking heads are buffoons.
Same.
Yeah, I know when you had Bob Fear the Throw on, you guys got into the Bon Temps conversation, which I also agree with that. Oof. But yeah, I think 8 games up in the Celtics now, 11-game win streak. Feel pretty good about where things are. I would say that's pretty easy, pretty simple to say. My question is, since we're kind of going through this stretch now, as we got 21 games left of regular season basketball, who sits
Yes.
tomorrow? Does Garland sit tomorrow or does Allen? Or
Probably,
both?
I'm going to say Garland. I think Jared Allen wants the Iron Man 82 games.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I think that's probably important to him.
I can see that. All right. So, hey, good news again for tomorrow is that the Cavaliers are once again on national TV when they host the new look Miami Heat. First time the Cavs will be playing the Heat since the Jimmy Butler trade. So we'll get to see Andrew Wiggins, former Cavaliers #1 overall pick, in this matchup. The spread currently opening up. We don't have any prop bets yet. I'll get one out tomorrow, obviously. Cleveland is an 11-point favorite, but I've been really enjoying these national televised Cavalier games of late. It's been really, really fun to see them on national TV a lot.
Yeah, it is fun to see him on national TV. I love seeing the league kind of flex them into the national TV because,
Yes.
like, a lot of the games that we've had national weren't originally nationally televised games. The league is kind of just supporting the best team in the league and showcasing the best team in the league and getting more national games out there, which is great for us.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm looking at the matchup predictor on ESPN. Whoo-wee. 14.5% Miami, 85.5 Cavs. I mean, they're predicting heavy favorites.
All right. So here's further proof that divisions are stupid and should not be a thing in NBA basketball. The Miami Heat are 2 games under 500. They are first place in the Southeast Division.
So trash. I mean, when 2 of your teams are the Hornets and Wizards.
That's fair.
I mean, is it really that hard?
Yeah, that's fair. They're not bad defensively though. So they're 7th in opponents' points per game. They're 12th in defensive rating. But they're very slow. They're 28th in pace, and they stink. I don't really know what else to tell you. They're not very good. But they do have good players: Hero, Bam, Duncan Robinson, Andrew Wiggins now. Davion Mitchell's there. I like Davion Mitchell. But let's see, what's their injury report look like for tomorrow? No Jovic tomorrow. Obviously, Drew Smith's out. Jaime Jaquez, Kelly Ware, and Andrew Wiggins are all day-to-day. And they did not play Monday in the Washington game, so I imagine they'll play tomorrow. And Davion Mitchell also day-to-day. So may see a healthier Miami Heat team tomorrow. I don't think it's going to matter.
I don't think it's going to matter either. I don't know if you see all of those guys. I don't know if you see all of those guys. They might. Because did they play today?
No, they played Monday.
No. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You did just say that. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to matter in Cleveland. I thoroughly think it's going to be the 12th win of this win streak. But stop it with these cold starts, guys. Holy cow.
Make us feel good about these for once. That's what we asked for it. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anything more to say about this Heat game, but I don't really have anything.
Kelly Ware's fun. That's about all I got. He's pretty good.
It's a city game, so we get the baby blues.
Yeah, get the sweet court. Yeah. I
Yeah.
like it. Yeah, it'll be a fun one, man. One of these days the Miami Heat will be really good again, and we're gonna cherish these games. So
I can never count them out with Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra.
Spo, yeah, they're insanity. All right, dude. Well, I know this is a bit of a shorter episode than normal, but before we get out of here, you got anything we should touch on before we roll?
I think we talked about all the off-court stuff, the power rankings, the awards, Southern Tier, and again, shout out Southern Tier. If you are in the Cleveland area, please go check them out. They're a great place for pre-game, post-game, like getting food or beer.
The wings slap.
The wings were very good. You
Mhm.
said that they do like a Mac tournament there,
Uh,
or something with March Madness.
They said that, yeah, so Cleveland is hosting the first 2 rounds of March Madness this year. So they said that they are going to be doing some events there during March Madness. And then, of course, the Mid-American Conference always has their conference tournament in Cleveland every year. So if you are in town, go watch that. Specifically, my boy Travis Steele and the Miami Redhawks. So,
Hey,
yeah. All right. Well, I think with that being said, we'll go ahead and close out tonight's edition of the Block the Shot to Stop. We'll be back tomorrow with our prop bet of the day. Got to get us back on the win streak there. And also with Kev and Skylar recapping the matchup against the Miami Heat. If you are just checking us out for the first time, whether you met us and got to know us at Southern Tier this weekend, or you just came across us here, thank you for hanging out. Please take a second to subscribe to us on your podcast app of choice. If you could be so kind to leave a nice 5-star review, that would mean a lot. And of course, subscribe to us on YouTube and like this video if you can as well. But on behalf of Skylar Webker and Kevin Lynch, I am Tim Daniel. Everyone have a good night. We will see you tomorrow. And as always,
go Cavs.